أعزائي طلاب وطالبات الصف الخامس الابتدائي، أهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من مادة العلوم باللغة الإنجليزية تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Welcome dear student. In this episode we are going to study the second lesson in Unit 2, which called Excretion and Human Urinary System. So let's get started. So first, the human body systems. We said previously in the last year, the human body consists of group of systems, and we have to remember each system consists of group of organs, and each organ consists of tissues, and each tissue consists of what? Cells. And we said the cell is the building unit of living organism. We all remember this. And I want to focus on three systems here. We studied all of them before. Digestive system, and the digestive system digest and absorb food. We need food to get energy from this food. So the number two, the respiratory system. Respiratory system, we take oxygen from the atmosphere, and we need respiratory system in getting energy from the digested food. The third one, circulatory system. We studied digestive system, respiratory system last year, and this year we studied circulatory system. So what is the relation between those systems and the system that we will study in this lesson, which is urinary system? The relation, all of them keep the human alive. The common function between all systems keep the human alive. طيب نتعلم ايه من السيستمز دول؟ ان الدايجستيف سيستم بيقوم بمهمه، الريسبيراتوري سيستم بيقوم بمهمه، السيركيلاتوري سيستم المهمه بتاعته distribute digested food and oxygen all over body cells. طيب ايه الخطوه اللي هتحصل بعد كده؟ هنعرفها النهارده. هنعرف ان البادي سيلز take oxygen, take digested food، وبيعملوا process مهمه جدا to get energy, which is called burning the digested food, and by burning this digested food and consuming oxygen، بنستهلك الاكسجين اللي احنا جبناه من الريسبيراتوري سيستم، بنعمل السيلز دي release carbon dioxide and get energy. طيب كده هنتعلم حاجه، ان في حاجه مهمه جدا الهيومن بودي بيعملها اسمها excretion, and this lesson about excretion and human urinary system. So excretory system is a group of organs that help the body to get rid of wastes produced from breaking down of digested food inside the body cells. So we break down food, and inside body cells burning this digested food by oxygen and produce waste material, and the waste material we need to get rid of them. Get rid of معناها بتخلص من حاجة أنا مش عاوزها، بعمل get rid of، بتخلص منها. الهيومن body get rid of wastes or الحاجات الوحشة أو الهارمفul دي محتاجين نتخلص منها. بنتخلص منها ازاي؟ بنبعتها لأورجن معين، الأورجن ده بيقدر يخلصنا من الويست دي. get rid of these wastes outside our body. Excretion. Some food is not digested. If we remember the digestive system, food enter the digestive system from mouth cavity and move along the digestive canal. وبعد كده بيحصل له absorption process in small intestine، وبكده خلص الفود اللي احنا بنستفيد منه. الباقي اسمه food remains. الفود remains أو waste، أو بنسميها في الليسون ده solid wastes. الsolid waste دي stored in the large intestine، تتخزن في large intestine، and after that we eject these wastes outside our body. بنتخلص منها بره جسمنا. بس عاوزين نركز في الجزء ده. هل الويست دي السوليد ويست دخلت اي سيل؟ لا، ما حصلش. السوليد ويست كانت فين؟ في الدايجستيف كانال، وصلت للاخر لللارج انتستين، ودي كانت نهايه رحلتها لغايه لما احنا طردناها بره جسمنا. يبقى ما دخلتش السيل. يبقى السوليد ويست it not produced inside body cells. And this digested food becomes useless. It is useless, so it must be expelled outside the body in the form of solid wastes. What else? Some food is digested, then the blood carries this digested food and oxygen to all over body cells. Body cells burn this digested food with oxygen to produce energy and release some waste materials to blood to be expelled out of the body. The cells produce these wastes and release them to the blood. تسيبها في البلد. The blood, we said previously, the blood in a continuous motion, always moving around our body. So the blood take this wastes and transfer or transport this waste to special organs to get rid of them. عشان يتخلص منهم. عشان كده احنا قلنا البلد مهم جدا جدا والcirculatory system is very important. Why very important? Because it transfer solid wastes, transfer waste produced inside body cells and transfer oxygen from respiratory system, transfer digested food from digestive system all over body cells. These waste materials are called excretory materials. Materials that produce inside body cells called excretory materials. We have to differentiate between solid wastes and excretory materials. What are the differences between them? The main difference, they are solid waste not produced inside body cells, while excretory materials produce inside body cells. Types of wastes, as we said, solid wastes and excretory materials. We will study each of them. Let's start with solid waste. Solid waste, they are undigested food stored in the large intestine until they pass out of the body. So they are undigested food stored in the large intestine and they are pass or we get rid of them or eject them out of our body. بنتخلص منهم. كلنا نعرف ال undigested food أو solid waste دي عبارة عن إيه؟ دي عبارة عن solid material وجسمنا بيتخلص منها بعد ما إحنا بناكل خلاص خدنا الفايدة من الأكل حصل absorption process in the small intestine. The last or the remaining food will enter the large intestine and it is form of solid wastes. Solid wastes, it is not excretory materials. Why? Because it is not produced inside body cells. The next type, excretory materials. They are, as we said, waste material produced inside the cells where the body must get rid of them. We have to get rid of them. Why? To keep our body healthy. So, the excretory materials contains what? What are the excretory materials? We have three main parts, but first, they may be harmless materials that the body cannot use, or they are poisonous material that the body must get rid of. So they may be harmless. Harmless هم مش مضرين بس هم ملهمش قيمة في الجسم عاوزين نتخلص منهم. ماتيريال زيادة جوه جسمنا محتاجين نتخلص منها بس هي مش سامة. هي برضو مش ملهاش أي نفع في جسمنا فإحنا محتاجين نتخلص منها. Poisonous material that the body must get rid of. Poisonous يعني مواد سامة. مواد الجسم لازم يتخلص منها ضروري جدا جدا علشان المواد دي سامة وهتضر الجسم. في الحالتين harmless or poisonous we must get rid of them. The excretory materials are first carbon dioxide gas, number 2 nitrogenous wastes, number 3 excess salt and water. Excess salt and excess water. Carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste are poisonous materials or poisonous wastes. حاجات سامة لازم جسمنا يتخلص منها. Salts and water. ممكن حد يقول لي هي الووتر دي هي poisonous؟ يعني محتاجين نتخلص منها، هي ممكن محتاجين نتخلص من الزيادة منها. يعني جسمنا في زيادة من الووتر، احنا محتاجين نتخلص منها. We need to get rid of excess salts and excess water. They are useful, but in this case the excess salt and excess water they are useless. مش كل الواتر هي useful، لا، جسمنا بيستفيد بقدر معين، بمقدار معين من الميه. طب الزياده يوديها فين؟ الزياده بيتخلص منها. جسمنا بيستفيد من الاملاح، من المينرالز اللي احنا بنشربها في الميه، بناكلها في الفيجيتابلز والفروتس. طيب الزياده بتروح فين؟ الزياده دايما بنتخلص منها. اي حاجه ان كانت نافعه، لو حتى هي نافعه، لو احنا اكلنا منها كميه كبيره، الجسم اكيد مش هياخد الكميه دي كلها، بياخد المقدار المعين اللي جسمنا هيستفيد منه. طب الباقي بنتخلص منه as excretory materials. Carbon dioxide gas. What is carbon dioxide gas? Carbon dioxide gas, as we said when we studied human respiratory system, we consume oxygen, we take oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. ده كنا عارفينه قبل كده. نعرف ان احنا بنتخلص من الكربون دايوكسيد، وكمان احنا نعرف ان احنا بنتخلص من الكربون دايوكسيد في بروسيس اسمها ايه؟ اسمها exhalation process، عملية الزفير. بنتخلص من الكربون دايوكسيد من جسمنا، اكيد هو بنتخلص منه من التو لونجز، وبنتخلص منه في بروسيس اسمها exhalation. Inhalation process, the oxygen gas enter our lungs. Exhalation process, carbon dioxide gas expelled out of our lungs or exhaled out of our lungs. So carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide is produced with water vapor when the body cells burn digested food by oxygen to produce energy. So when the digested food enter the cell burn this food to get energy and produce excretory materials, produce harmful materials. Harmful like what? Or poisonous like what? Like carbon dioxide gas. And after that, release this material or release carbon dioxide gas to the blood again. The blood take this carbon dioxide to the two lungs and we get rid of them through the two lungs. Number 2, nitrogenous wastes. Nitrogenous wastes like what? Nitrogenous wastes like urea and uric acid are produced from breaking down of proteins. Proteins, as we said, proteins found in meat, proteins found in eggs, in milk. ده البروتين. البروتين هو kind of nutrients، نوع من المغذيات أو نوع من الغذاء اللي احنا بناكله فيه بروتين. البروتينات دي هي بتيجي منين؟ مصادرها كتيرة جدا. مصادرها اللحوم، مصادرها الألبان، مصادرها ممكن البيض. ده المصدر اللي بناخد منه البروتين. طيب البروتين ده when we digest protein, after that burning this protein, we produce material which is poisonous called nitrogenous wastes. These nitrogenous wastes like urea and uric acid. Urea and uric acid. Urea and uric acid produce something called urine. كلنا نعرف اليورين دي هي liquid material اللي احنا بنتخلص منها. المواد السائلة اللي احنا بنتخلص منها اللي هي اسمها البول. الحاجات دي اسمها nitrogenous wastes. النيتروجينوس wastes هي ليه قلنا عليها excretory materials؟ حد يعرف؟ قلنا عليها excretory materials علشان هي بتتكون فين؟ in the body cells, inside body cells, by burning protein after burning protein and producing energy في material بتتكون اللي هي harmful اللي هي poisonous material اسمها ايه؟ اسمها nitrogenous wastes. عبارة عن ايه nitrogenous waste؟ عبارة عن urea and uric acid. Urea and uric acid produced inside body cells نتيجة ان احنا بنعمل burning لايه او digestion لايه او breaking down لايه؟ carbohydrates؟ اكيد لا. sugar؟ اكيد لا. starch ولا fats؟ كل الكلام ده اكيد لا. by breaking down of protein, just protein that produce urea and uric acid. Number 3, excess salts and excess waters. The body gets rid of excess salts and by dissolving them in the excess water. بندوب الأملاح الزايدة اللي في جسمنا بيدوبها في المية الزايدة. طب بعد كده بيتخلص منها as liquid material which is called urine. Urine, it is water. Dissolve in it urea and uric acid and some salts, and we can say also our sweat. It is kind of salts in water. It is a salty solution as we know before. So how do your body cells get rid of excretory materials? ازاي البادي سيلز بتقدر تتخلص من الاكسكريتوري ماتيريالز؟ طب هل في حاجه في سيستم تاني غير الاكسكريتوري سيستم help in excretion بيساعد البادي سيلز علشان تنقل الاكسكريتوري ماتيريالز دي from the cell to special organs to get rid of them? Let's see. When body cells produces waste, they release them to blood through thin walls of blood capillaries. Blood capillaries have thin walls. Thin walls allow waste materials, allow excretory materials to pass from the cells to the blood. So they can move to the blood. Why? Because blood capillaries has a thin walls or very thin walls. Then blood carries these waste to special organs to get rid of them. The blood carries these wastes. البلد بيحمل الويست دي بياخدها يوديها لسبيشال organs of human excretory system. So carbon dioxide and water vapor, they exhaled from the two lungs. So the two lungs are organs from the excretory organs. Why? Because they release or they exhale carbon dioxide gas, which is excretory material. So the first organ, the two lungs. So here is a give reason. The two lungs are from excretory organs. Why they are from excretory organs? Yeah, we said that before. We remember? Yes, because carbon dioxide and water vapor exhaled from them during exhalation process. During exhalation process, عملية الزفير, not inhalation. During exhalation process. Nitrogenous wastes. Nitrogenous waste, urea and uric acid, are removed by the two kidneys, then expelled outside in the form of urine. So the two kidneys are very important. The two kidneys found in the abdominal cavity, and they are very important to filter the blood from urea and uric acid. Excess salts and excess waters. They expelled outside the body the urinary system in the form of urine. So they expelled in the urinary system in the form of urine. And there is another organ help. It is the skin by secreting sweat from special glands in the skin. This glands called sweat glands. Sweat glands are very important for what? For secreting sweat and releasing this sweat outside our body. So here is a question. Sweat has a salty solution, has a salty taste. Why the sweat has a salty taste? So because the sweat consists of what? Consists of salts and excess water. So the sweat contains salt. That's why the sweat has a salty taste. It is a salty solution. It is water dissolved in it. Some excess salts, the body do not need them anymore. Sweat glands are special type of glands inside the skin that produces sweat. In summer, secreting sweat increase due to the high temperature, so the amount of urine decrease. In summer احنا بنروح التويلت قليل شوية. Why? because in summer the temperature is high, so our body release more sweat or produce more sweat. Sweat ده مهم جدا to decrease our temperature or to keep the temperature of our skin in the average temperature or cooled our body, so it is very important. And that's why in summer increase sweat, that decrease urine, decrease the amount of urine. بكده يبقى احنا خلصنا الجزء ده من الحلقة بتاعتنا. تعالوا نحل شوية على الجزء ده. So let's answer some question on this part. So questions on lesson number 1, sorry. It is not from the excretory materials. Water vapor, solid waste, nitrogenous wastes, or carbon dioxide. Which one not produced inside body cells? So they are solid wastes. Yeah, number 2, urea and uric acid are produced from breaking down of carbohydrates, salts, fats, or protein. Yeah, breaking up of protein. Perfect. Yeah, number 3, carbon dioxide and water vapor are released by the heart, the stomach, lungs, or kidneys. So carbon dioxide by the 2 lungs. The next one, urea is expelled by the kidneys, heart, stomach, or lungs. Urea and also uric acid. Yes, we remember, kidneys. Number 5, body cells releases their waste to blood through the arteries, blood capillaries, veins, or cells. So release through the thin walls of what? Of blood capillaries. The blood capillaries اللي ليها جدار رقيق جدا يقدر يسمح للويست ان هي تمر. Number 6, it is a special type of glands that produces sweat. So sweat glands, salivary glands, liver, or skin. So we know it is in the skin, but it is called glands. So it is sweat glands. Perfect. The last one, the body can get rid of some excess salt and water through arteries, skin, heart, or lungs. Yeah, through what? Through our skin in the form of sweat. Amazing. So that's it for this question. So let's review what we learned in this episode. So in this episode, we started the first lesson on Unit 2, which called Urinary Excretion and Human Urinary System. And we studied excretion, and we studied the excretory materials and excretory organs. كده البارت ده خلص كويس، عاوزين نركز عليه علشان نبدأ في new part next episode إن شاء الله. See you later.